for me, the thing that shifted first was just my thinking. You know what I'm saying? And just like, yo, for real. And again, I love my people, man. I love especially my mom, because my mom is the one that's got the opinion, you know, and I love my mom. But I'll be real with you. I remember being at a space in my mind where I was like, I gotta free myself from what my mama think, you know, because my mom has this, you know, and I respect it, this now I won't say she was against entrepreneurs, but for real, she grew up in like with that industrial revolution, you know, and she was about going to work, putting in 40, 50 hours, you know, in 30 years you retire. So for my mom, it was like, I almost embraced that as my mindset without realizing that's not my mindset. And so for a lot of you that are listening, your mindset is really not even your mindset. Your mindset might be your parents, your mindset might be the culture, you know, the city you grew up in, the school you went to, you know, if you were, you know, low socioeconomic status, whatever. Like that is more your mindset. And I don't know if a lot of us have ever had a chance to even know what our mindset is. And that's the first thing I had to do. See, I had to break away from, you know, because again, you want to make your parents proud. You know, you want to be in a good way affirmed by your parents. But, you know, you got to break away, bro. And I remember me and Jalen getting into it, and not necessarily getting into it, but my man kind of like, he fought back, you know, and I was like, bug, you know, you could write a book, you know, you could speak, you could do X, Y, and Z. When you graduate, you know what I'm saying, to make money. And he was working with us, and I was giving him mine, and Jay was like, yo, that's what you want me to do. I'm not trying to write no book. You know, only because of what I've gone through, see, I didn't try to snap his neck, you know, but I realized what he was doing. He was like, yo, you wrote a book, you speak, like that's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I want to do. And he was free enough to have his own thinking. And I think that's when everything changed for me, when I was like, yo, I'm not embracing what other people think. And here's why. Because there were people who were aggressively telling me what I was thinking was wrong, and it wasn't even like they was financially sweet. So they trying to tell me what to do and what not to do, you know, in terms of my industry or my career or my calling, and I'm following them, and they not even happy with what they doing. Like my mom, no disrespect, but my mom is working with me now, wrote a book, speaking, and she's loving it, you know, way more than she loved when she was working a 9 to 5. So I think for me, see, the first thing was you gotta have, like your mindset gotta change, E, and you have to be free to think like you wanna think. You gotta be free to say it's okay to make, you know, $50,000, $60,000 to speak, to fly first class. Like it ain't even about flying first class. It ain't even about making good money speaking. It ain't even about saying I wanna win a Nobel Prize. It's freeing myself from all the other voices, bruh, from all the other pressures, and saying to myself, yo, I'm gonna start the rest of my life, I'm going to think how I wanna think. I'm going to believe how I wanna believe, and I'm not gonna let society or nobody else. And my mom wasn't like negative with it. She wasn't trying to dog me out. She was legitimately afraid that entrepreneurship wouldn't work. But I'm thinking, what if I'd allowed my mom's thinking to override my thinking? Where would I be? Where would my mom be? So yeah, for me, see, everybody kept calling me like, what's the first step? And I think for me, the first step is being free to believe in what you're thinking and just change your mindset as a whole, bro.
For me, the first step is just opening yourself up to new experiences and new role models. Because most of us can't see ourselves in people, so then we try and fit ourselves into the boxes that we do see. And I mean, there's this beautiful quote that I've been saying it everywhere, and I wish I wrote it, but I didn't. So it's by a philosopher and writer named Cooley. And he said that today, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Right? And just let that blow your mind for a moment. It's so powerful. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. So we live in this perception of a perception of ourselves. Hence, my identity is made by what my parents think I should be. My identity is made up by what my college or university thinks I should achieve. While you're living in that bubble and that echo chamber, getting to what you really want to do is impossible, because maybe that just doesn't fit. And I think so many people feel that way today, that they don't fit into the current education system. They don't fit with the 3 or 4 or 5 careers that you're taught exist. So that process of self-excavation and actualization first requires being exposed. You can't be what you can't see. If I never meet a billionaire, I wouldn't want to be one, because I wouldn't know what that feels like. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it takes. And I think that's the biggest challenge of our society, that we're not exposed. So that's the first step, being exposed to unique experiences and role models. Second step is finding that experience or role model that you're passionate about, and exactly like you said, taking it seriously. Shadow them, network with them, spend time with them, observe them, even from afar. It takes that observation, being addicted to observing that person's lifestyle. And then the third step is going yes or no. Does that work for me? But not everyone is going to go and follow and shadow a billionaire and go, that's exactly the lifestyle I want. They may want the result, but do they want the hard work that goes with it? And so for me, that's the third step. It's observing, focusing, shadowing, getting as close to the process of that individual, and then going yes or no. Do I want that process? Not do I want the result?
You can't listen to broke people or people who are financially stressed tell you how to make money. Right? And I used to get on, like, not in a bad way, but I used to like try to, like, Didi, please. Because Didi would say all the time, like, all right, when y'all graduate, you know, and y'all get a job, I was like, stop saying that. Like, well, that was your reality specifically, because you have a need for security. Like not in a bad way, you're a great mom, but don't teach our babies to go work for nobody. So, we have to be careful. For those of you who are listening, like, yo, you have to cut a lot of people off, because every time you try to do something, they're going to try to discourage you, and if you're not careful, that negative talk is going to kill you. I'm telling you, you cannot do it. So when we were with Josh and Jamal in Utah, I promise you, bruh, a light went off for me. And of course, it's been a long time since I looked at money as a stressor. But what that conversation did for me with Maul especially was, Maul said he has multiple properties. I was like, E, you got at least 5 to 10 more businesses just in your voice, just in your throat, E. Like, you the best in the world. There are so many things that you can do. For your daughter, you can set your daughter up. For Jalen, there's some things you could do to set Jalen up that maybe you're not interested in it, but they could definitely do it. I'm learning how to think different and not scare my son and scare my daughter, and stop putting all these boundaries on them. And all of these, okay, be careful, don't do this, don't do that. No, you still single. Go take risk. Because once you get married, bro, you're not gonna wanna take them. Once you have kids, you're not gonna wanna take them. So that mindset thing is important, and y'all gotta stop hanging around people who they always putting boundaries around you, always talking negative. And even when they not, like, I'm being real, I had to stop talking to my mom, not because I didn't love my mom, but it was like a million questions every time about entrepreneurship, and it was starting to, like, get to me. Like, not that I was gonna not be an entrepreneur, but it was like, yo, I'm tired of having to defend myself. I'm tired of having to explain myself. I'm tired of having to prove to you that what I'm doing is right. So when we talk, let's not talk money no more. Let's talk about everything but money, and let's not talk about me being no entrepreneur. And for real, even with my wife earlier in the game, I had to just stop having certain conversations because they're not bad people, but they're security people. And I'm like, yo, I can't do it. Like, I can't talk to y'all because y'all not putting the fire
because that's their emotional response to money. It's security, right? And I'm just being real. This is exactly what I'm talking about, E. And the haves have because they're not interested in security. Now, I'm not telling you to be dumb about it, but I'm saying they have a growth mindset, whereas we have a fixed mindset. You go to work, you get paid X. Like I said, I love my pops. He provided a great middle class lifestyle, but it was, you got the same the check every single Friday. Like Moss said, he said they put when he was a cop, as a cop, they put your check in a box. You walk up there, boom, you take your check. You can see what everybody else makes because everybody makes the same amount. So if you have that type of mindset, then of course security is everything because there's only a certain amount to go around. What millionaires understand is that money is in abundance. right? Maul
Abundance,
said he
bro.
made more than he ever
Abundance.
made during the recession. He made a ton of money. Why? Because he believes that money's in abundance, whereas we're always taught security, safe, and we put money on this pedestal. You cannot put money on a pedestal if it's a tool, right? We don't put our toaster on a pedestal. We don't put like our vacuum cleaner on a pedestal. It's a tool. It has a purpose. It serves a function. And it's not this emotional thing of, oh my God, if I got it, then I'm okay. And if as soon as I lose a cup, I'm out. Like, if you operate like that, you can never be great and you can never have a secure relationship with money, which is why, for real, I wake up every day and I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. I wake up every single day. I said, it's the brokest you'll be. This is the absolute brokest you will be. This is the poorest you will be. Today is the poorest you will ever be in your life.